Welcome back to Online Marketing Tips, Tricks, and Secrets from Gilmedia, the podcast by Gilmedia. I'm your host. This is episode 24. Now, if you caught our last deep dive, Gilmedia EP23 on AI tool stacking, you know we're always looking for those strategies that really truly give your marketing an edge. Today, we are zeroing in on a platform that, well, a lot of businesses still underestimate or maybe just don't quite know how to navigate: Reddit. Our mission today is to unpack its surprising and frankly rapidly evolving role in online marketing and show you how we at Gilmedia are actually helping our clients turn those authentic forum conversations into real, tangible revenue. So let's dive right in. Just think about your own search habits for a second. Maybe you're looking for something specific like, I don't know, best project management software. Where do you often end up finding the real answers? More and more, it's probably not some perfectly polished corporate website, is it? It's often, a lively Reddit thread, where actual users are debating the pros, the cons, sharing those unfiltered experiences. It feels like Reddit, this sort of overlooked giant, is really waking up.
Oh, it absolutely is. And the data we're seeing, here at Gilmedia, it confirms it's way more than just a wake-up call. It's like a digital earthquake. Reddit's U.S. ad revenues, they're soaring, growing faster than any other social platform, actually, around 30.9% year over year. But here's the really striking part. Between January 2022 and January 2025, their organic visitors shot up by over 500%. That's not just growth. That's a fundamental shift, really, in how people find information, how they make buying decisions online. It suggests this deep craving for, authenticity.
And yet, for so many businesses we talk to, Reddit still kind of feels like that quirky, eccentric relative at the family gathering. They're important, but you're just not quite sure how to approach them. The challenge often is that businesses try to just slap on traditional marketing tactics, and they just don't work there. So before you even think about rushing off to create accounts and, blast out product announcements, please don't do that. We really need to understand the unique culture of Reddit.
Exactly. Because here's the raw Reddit reality check. Traditional marketing, it gets downvoted fast, to oblivion, basically. Reddit users, or Redditors as they call themselves, they just have this uncanny ability to sniff out marketing BS from a mile away. They really, really don't like overt self-promotion. And they will collectively just quickly downvote anything that doesn't add real value. It's like imagining a salesperson in a shiny suit walking into your favorite neighborhood pub with a PowerPoint. That's kind of how well a direct sales pitch goes over on Reddit. It's just not reading the room at all.
That analogy is perfect, yeah. The whole platform really runs on one powerful principle: authenticity wins. Everything else just gets buried. And it's incredibly effective. We know that something like 82% of Gen Zers actually trust Reddit for finding new products and brands. But that trust, like you said, it has to be earned. It's not something you can just buy with a slick ad campaign. It's built piece by piece through genuine contribution and respecting the community.
And that earned trust, that's what fuels what we sometimes call the upvote economy. It's way more than just internet points, right? It's this sophisticated, community-driven filter for credibility, for relevance. When your content gets those updates, you're not just getting seen, you're building actual social capital within these communities, communities that really influence buying decisions. And what's really fascinating, what we see a lot, is that Reddit discussions routinely outrank traditional, carefully SEO-optimized content in search results, especially niches like finance or healthcare. Someone searches best credit repair companies, and boom, often a Reddit thread packed with real stories is right there at the top of Google, not some corporate landing page.
So if we kind of zoom out, look at the bigger picture here, this isn't just about Reddit, is it? It feels like it signals a much broader shift in how credibility is built online now. The era of those pristine, perfectly corporate-controlled narratives, it seems like it's giving way to these, messy, authentic human conversations. Trust is shifting.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it fundamentally reshapes how we need to think about search and discovery. This whole reality was kind of cemented by that big Google and Reddit deal. You heard about that, the $60 million a year deal. It basically integrated Reddit's huge amount of content right into Google search results. There was even one study indicating Reddit showed up for over 97% of product and review type searches. Just massive visibility.
Okay, now here's where it gets particularly interesting for us at Gilmedia, maybe a little bit of a plot twist. After around January 7th, 2025, we actually noticed a bit of a dip in Reddit's search visibility. It seemed to shift from #3 down to #4 in Google's US site visibility rankings, less a noticeable chunk of its search presence. So what is this recalibration, I guess? What does it mean for marketers, especially for our SEO efforts?
Yeah, that's a good question. It probably suggests that the real sort of Wild West period where maybe Reddit was just dominating every search result, that might be stabilizing a bit. But, and this is crucial, its influence is still massive. What you really need to understand is that user-generated content, from platforms like Reddit, Quora, YouTube, it's still heavily prioritized within those AI overviews. The AI summaries Google's putting at the top now. So even with shifts, search algorithms clearly still value that authentic community stuff.
So for us SEO folks, is Reddit still the gold mine, it seemed like, even with these fluctuations?
Oh, absolutely, yes. Even with those adjustments, Reddit's SEO impact is still huge, and for really good reasons. Reddit threads often beat brand blogs for those specific, long-tail questions people ask. First, you've got authority through community. Google just loves sites where real people have real conversations about real problems. Reddit delivers that constantly. Second, fresh content constantly. Millions of daily users mean this endless stream of fresh, relevant stuff that search engines absolutely eat up. And third, it's a long-tail keyword goldmine. Reddit talks naturally bring out the exact language, the specific questions your actual customers use, not the sanitized keywords your marketing team thinks they use. It's that real-world language, how people actually search.
Okay, that brings us right to the million-dollar question we always hear from clients. How do you actually do marketing on Reddit without getting, virtually tarred and feathered by the community? Because the buyers are there. We know that. It's just about figuring out how to interact ethically, effectively.
And that's exactly where we guide our clients. First thing, rule #1. Contribute before you promote. The absolute foundation is building genuine relationships. We push what we call the 90-91 rule. Basically, for every one time you mention your business, you should aim to share 9 pieces of really valuable industry-relevant content and make 90 genuine comments helping other users out. This isn't just, good manners on Reddit. It's essential for survival. So instead of just pushing your accounting software, focus on becoming the go-to person for tax advice in the right subreddits. The business opportunities, they'll follow naturally because you've actually built trust. You're a subject matter expert.
Right. And that goes hand in hand with rule #2. Speak human, not corporate. We've kind of touched on this, but Reddit users value real talk over polished marketing speak. Your brand's voice on Reddit, it needs to sound like a knowledgeable, helpful friend, not a press release, so please don't say, our enterprise-grade solution optimizes workflow efficiency through AI-driven automation. No. Instead, try something much more like, man, I've been dealing with the same workflow nightmare for ages. Here's what actually worked for my team. And then maybe, naturally, mention your tool or insight if it genuinely fits and helps.
And this one's critical. Rule #3. Master the subreddit game. Reddit has, over 430 million unique visitors a month across more than 100,000 active subreddits. Each one is its own little world, a distinct micro-community with its own culture, its own rules, its own unspoken norms. You absolutely must do your homework. Before you even think about posting, spend weeks just lurking. Seriously. Watch what gets upvoted, see what questions keep coming up, get a feel for the tone. Your engagement strategy has to strictly follow the specific rules for posting and interacting in each subreddit. If you don't, you'll get banned faster than you can say self-promotion. It happens all the time.
Okay, so with all this focus on, ethical engagement, building community long-term, how do businesses actually translate this into measurable revenue? How does this upvote economy really connect back to actual dollars for our clients?
Yeah, it's fundamentally an indirect revenue model. It's a strategic long game, and that's what we help our clients play. Think of it in phases. Phase 1. Establish authority. That means consistently sharing valuable stuff without pitching. Actively helping solve problems in the community. Building recognition as someone who knows their stuff. Then comes Phase 2. Strategic mention. This is where you can naturally reference your solutions, but only when they're genuinely relevant to a discussion. Maybe share a case study, lessons learned, or perhaps do an Ask Me Anything session if it aligns with your expertise. And finally, Phase 3. Community-driven discovery. This is where you empower happy users to become your advocates, encourage customers to share their real experiences, and you diligently monitor brand mentions, engaging transparently when they pop up.
So it's definitely not about chasing those quick, easy conversions then. It's more about building this sustainable pipeline of high-quality prospects who kind of already trust your expertise because you showed value first. That's a really powerful long-game advantage, something we at Gilmedia definitely see paying off consistently for our clients who commit to it.
Exactly. And the metrics that really matter here, they go way beyond just click-through rates. We usually group them into key areas. First, community health metrics. We look at things like karma growth, the quality of comments you're getting, the overall sentiment when your brand is mentioned, and how your authority is growing within specific subreddits. Then, business impact metrics. Here we watch traffic quality very closely. Reddit users typically show much higher engagement, lower bounce rates. We look at conversion funnel performance, customer lifetime value, which is often higher because of that initial trust, and even direct brand search volume. Are people searching for you more? And finally, long-term value indicators. Things like organic mentions across the platform. Are you getting recognized as an expert? Is your content being amplified? Is the community around your topic growing?
Okay, now, while that organic approach needs patience and, really understanding the community vibe, Reddit's advertising platform does offer a more direct path, especially if you do it right. And it's surprisingly affordable, too, isn't it? We're talking like a minimum daily spend of just $5 sometimes. Cost per click often between $0.10 and $0.30. That's way less than the, $0.30, almost $2 you might pay on Google or Facebook.
Yeah, the cost is definitely attractive. But the real advantage isn't just the price. It's what we call the native advantage. Reddit ads can actually show up right within highly relevant community discussions, so they feel less like intrusive ads and more like helpful suggestions or resources. Promoted posts blend right in. People can upvote or downvote them just like regular posts. The goal is to have the ad content so genuinely valuable, people barely notice it's an ad. Then you have things like conversation ads that appear in comment threads, designed to spark actual discussion. And video ads are great for showing maybe complex products or relatable user stories.
And the targeting is super precise too, right? This is like targeting that actually targets, not just broad demographics like males 25-35. You can actually zero in on things like active members of the Entrepreneur subreddit who also engage with content about productivity tools. That kind of granularity is powerful. It ensures your message hits people already interested in exactly what you offer.
Absolutely. And this is where Reddit marketing gets really exciting for SEO folks, too. It creates what we call the SEO multiplication effect. See, when quality content does well on Reddit, it's a massive boost for SEO. Why? Because Redditors are notorious for sharing stuff they find valuable across their other social media, on blogs, even on YouTube. This creates this powerful viral loop. You make great content, the Reddit community amplifies it, it spreads cross-platform, generates valuable backlinks to your site. Google sees that increased authority and relevance, and boom, your search rankings climb.
And it's basically a massive keyword research tool just hiding in plain sight as a social platform. That unfiltered language people use when they're talking about problems, solutions, products, that reveals the exact terms your target audience is using. Not just the corporate jargon we sometimes fall back on in marketing. It's pure gold for understanding user intent.
Totally. Here's a pro tip we often give clients. Make it a habit to mine Reddit conversations. Look for those long-tail keyword opportunities. Pinpoint common pain points, unanswered questions. See how people talk about your competitors, the good and the bad. Spot emerging trends in your industry, often before they hit the mainstream. It's just this endless well of real-world, user-generated insight.
Okay, so let's say you've done everything right. You get someone interested, they click through from Reddit to your website. They're going to arrive with specific expectations, right? Shaped by that Reddit experience.
Yeah.
So your web design, your user experience, it has to acknowledge that context, doesn't it?
Oh, 100%. We call it passing the authenticity test. Reddit users are conditioned to value substance over flashy design. They expect transparency above all. So while good UI UX is always important for conversions for Reddit traffic, well-designed means something specific. It means immediate value delivery, absolutely no marketing fluff. Transparent info like clear pricing, limitations, honest comparisons, and crucially, real, undeniable social proof, authentic testimonials, case studies that genuinely resonate with that discerning Reddit mindset.
And given that most Reddit use is mobile, that mobile-first imperative isn't just a nice-to-have, it's basically mandatory. Your landing pages absolutely must be fantastic on mobile. That means fast load times, easy thumb navigation, scannable content, simplified forms, just zero friction on that small screen.
Yep. Then for conversion rate optimization, CRO, specifically for Reddit traffic, you really need to double down on trust signals. Big security badges, genuine customer reviews, have a super clear, immediate value proposition. Reduce friction everywhere, minimize form fields, cut steps, and pile on even more compelling social proof to show how others, just like them, have genuinely benefited.
Right. Now, when it comes to measuring success on Reddit, it feels like traditional marketing metrics, maybe just clicks and conversions, don't really tell the whole story. We need to look a bit deeper.
That's exactly right. We categorize the key metrics into maybe three main buckets. First, community health metrics. Here, we're closely tracking things like your karma growth, the quality of comments you're receiving, the sentiment around your brand mentions, and your growing authority within relevant subreddits. Are you becoming a trusted voice? Second, Business impact metrics. This is where we look at traffic quality again. Reddit usually brings higher session duration, lower bounce rates. We look at conversion funnel performance, customer lifetime value, often higher because trust is built earlier. And we track direct brand search volume. Are more people looking for you specifically? And third, long-term value indicators. We watch for those organic, unsolicited brand mentions, expert recognition within communities. Are people tagging you? Content amplification across other platforms, and just the overall growth of the communities you're involved in.
Okay, so we've covered a lot about what to do, but let's be honest, there are plenty of ways to mess this up, common pitfalls, especially now as more businesses are trying to jump into Reddit. Our 2025 State of Marketing report actually found 57% of marketers plan to increase their Reddit investment, and 8% are starting for the very first time. A lot of them, unfortunately, are probably walking right into these traps.
And we really want you to avoid them. First, and maybe the biggest, is the self-promotion death spiral. This is treating Reddit like it's just another billboard, or worse, just a place to drop links for SEO. If you actively try to use Reddit mainly for overt link building or direct sales pitches, you're very likely going to get banned. The fix. It's simple but profound. Focus relentlessly on building relationships and providing real value first. Second trap. The corporate voice disaster. Using that same stiff, formal press release tone you use elsewhere? Forget it. Reddit users spot corporate speak from orbit, and they will downvote you into oblivion. You have to develop an authentic human voice that actually resonates. And finally, the spam trap. Just copying and pasting the exact same content across different subreddits. That's a quick way to get flagged as spam and banned. Reddit spam detection is good, and the community itself is incredibly vigilant. Always create unique, relevant content tailored to each specific community.
Okay. But once you've really got those basics down, mastered those foundational principles, there are more advanced strategies too, right? Things that can really separate the pros from the amateurs on Reddit.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like the AMA strategy. AMA stands for Ask Me Anything. They're kind of Reddit's version of a live, exclusive interview. And they can be absolute marketing gold, but only if you execute them perfectly. Preparation is everything. You need to build that community credibility before you do an AMA. Choose the right timing for your audience. Meticulously prepare authentic, detailed answers. Then during the AMA itself, be totally honest. Provide genuinely unique insights people can't get elsewhere. And make sure you follow up diligently in the comments afterwards. Another advanced tactic is the competitor intelligence approach. We actually use Reddit heavily for this. Observe exactly how your target audience reacts to your competitors. Monitor their brand mentions, feature requests people make, common complaints, even discussions about their pricing. This kind of real-time feedback is invaluable. It can directly shape your product development, tweak your sales messaging, refine your whole competitive strategy.
And then there's an even more sophisticated play, which is the community building play. This is where you actually create your own subreddit, right? Not just about your brand, but around broader industry topics, aiming for long-term thought leadership.
Precisely. The focus there isn't just self-promotion. It's about solving industry-wide problems. Maybe recruiting other experts to contribute, moderating fairly, transparently, and just consistently providing real value to grow a thriving community around a topic where you naturally become a central figure. And looking ahead, there are a few key trends really shaping the future of Reddit marketing. We mentioned AI overviews from Google. They seem to lead to about a 10% increase in usage for search queries where they appear. Reddit content is getting featured there more and more. So your Reddit success is increasingly linked to your brand's visibility in AI search results.
And the platform's own monetization is clearly evolving. Reddit's U.S. ad revenues are projected to hit, $1.14 billion this year. That clearly shows the platform is getting more sophisticated, opening up more ad opportunities for businesses, especially those who get that native advertising approach we talked about.
And that search integration seems to only be deepening. We're just seeing more and more Google users actually adding Reddit to their search queries. They're actively seeking out those authentic community opinions over traditional corporate stuff. So the demand for what Reddit offers, it's definitely growing.
Okay, to help people navigate all this, are there specific tools you'd recommend? Things that can make Reddit marketing a bit easier?
Yeah, definitely. Reddit Pro is a good starting point. It's their free suite, has some AI-powered insights to help find top communities and trending topics for your niche. Then you've got various third-party analytics tools, things like Hootsuite, Sprout Social, Brand24. They offer pretty robust Reddit monitoring features. And honestly, don't overlook Reddit's own native analytics for your posts and comments. They give you valuable direct feedback. For planning, we always suggest integrating tools like editorial calendars, maybe some dedicated subreddit research tools, and competitor monitoring platforms too.
And it feels like we have to end on this note. With all this unique power that Reddit offers, there comes significant responsibility too. Ethical marketing isn't just a nice idea here. It feels like it's the absolute core of how you succeed.
It truly is paramount. We always emphasize clear transparency standards with our clients. Always disclose any business relationships. Be completely honest in how you represent things. And always prioritize giving value before you even think about promoting. And privacy respect is just non-negotiable. Be transparent about any data collection. Respect user consent. Rigorously follow both Reddit's main rules and the specific rules of each community. Violating these isn't just bad PR, it will get you kicked off the platform, period.
So wrapping this up, the Reddit revolution, it isn't just real, is it? It feels like a fundamental shift in how brands need to build authentic relationships with customers today. It's not just another channel you plug into your existing marketing machine.
Exactly. The businesses that are truly winning on Reddit, they understand success isn't just measured in those immediate conversions. It's measured in building deep community trust, establishing real thought leadership, and cultivating those valuable long-term relationships. They're not trying to game the system. They're genuinely contributing to the conversations that matter most to their customers. In an age absolutely saturated with AI content and, frankly, corporate messaging fatigue, authentic human conversation, that's become maybe the most valuable currency in marketing.
So here's maybe the final challenge from our deep dive today. For just a moment, stop thinking purely like a marketer and really try to start thinking like a community member. Ask yourself, what problems can I genuinely help solve for others? What unique knowledge do I have that I can share? What conversations can I actually make richer?
Because really, at the end of the day, Reddit marketing success kind of boils down to a simple, timeless truth. It's been around since the first person told someone else about a great product they found. People trust people, especially when those people consistently show they genuinely care and want to help.
The conversations are happening on Reddit right now, with or without you. The real question for your business is, are you going to join them authentically, add real value, and start building those crucial relationships? Or are you going to just watch from the sidelines while your competitors earn the trust, the karma that truly matters? Who's ready to earn some karma? And that wraps up our deep dive into the Reddit revolution. For more insights on ethical digital marketing, community-driven growth, check out Gilmedia's comprehensive approach. Since 2012, we've been helping businesses navigate this always evolving digital landscape with authentic, results-driven strategies. Thanks so much for joining us.